Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Just before the commercial break, we had a chance to talk to Greg Johnson, who specializes in living will and trust. Today, we are here to talk about the importance about understanding those differences and how that can help our families. Thưa quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV, hôm nay Julie Yip có hân hạnh có thời gian nói chuyện với Greg Johnson. Greg Johnson là một người chủ của Little Saigon LSLivingTrust. Hôm nay chúng tôi trước khi phòng quảng cáo có thời gian nói chuyện với Greg để cho mình hiểu là chi tiết về cái khó khăn, về cái khác biệt của cái will với cái living trust. Greg, just before the commercial break, I know we had to go straight into the commercial, but I want to have this opportunity to talk a lot more about the details. You were just mentioning to us what a will is, and then you just started talking about what a living trust is. Can you tell us again briefly and kind of recap before you go in more details?
And let me go back to your intro into this segment where you used the term living will. A living will is something that is totally different.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So don't feel bad, because a lot of people in the community hear a lot of words and they don't really understand them, and they kind of mix them up sometimes.
Okay.
So sometimes, part of what I do is I begin at the very beginning, at the foundation, and make sure that we understand some things.
Yeah, and I definitely need to be educated because I haven't done that for my own family.
You're kidding.
No, so I think I definitely will be calling you soon. I'm 45 years old. I have two kids. I have a house, and I haven't had a conversation.
When COVID started, I started setting up living trusts for nurses.
Yeah.
And I have, young nurses in the emergency rooms and on the floors. That was traumatic. That was traumatic for me.
Yes.
But people do think about that, and this is the time to do that.
My sister, she's an ER nurse. So Elaine works in
really?
the ER in LA with very high COVID. She lost 3 nurse colleagues and a doctor. So when you said that, it just struck a chord, because we're afraid for a healthcare professional, I think that's really like for me. I always tell people that we do have to continue to be vigilant. We need to make sure that we have vaccines in place, that we hit herd immunity, and continue to have those safety protocols. Because when we don't adhere to these guidelines, the CDC guidelines, we're putting our friends, our families, my own sister at risk because they work in this field. So I think for me, this is so important. Unfortunately, our healthcare professionals are seeking your services more so these days because they don't know what to expect.
I have given discounts to medical and healthcare providers and teachers really since the very beginning of this, and I think it's important. The longer that virus is out there in circulation, the more variants there are going to be, and the greater the likelihood that we're going to come across a resistant variant, even worse than the Delta one that we have right now. I'm very concerned about it right now. I am very concerned about it right now. In my office, I require people to have proof of immunization before they come in.
Okay.
And everybody must wear a mask in my office, even though I've had my shots. And if there comes time for a booster, I will do whatever is required, because it's not only for me, it's for everybody else.
Yes.
And the sooner we can get the numbers down, the sooner that this will go away. I am old enough to remember polio.
Oh, really?
And I remember getting my polio vaccines when I was a child, and it was a very scary time back then in the 50s. So I hope that people will get their vaccinations, follow the medical advice, the good, sound medical advice that is out there. There is good advice out there, and I hope people will take it.
Because before you became an attorney, you said you were in research and in the medical field, and
yeah, I did a postdoctoral fellowship in cell physiology. I know.
So you understand that
stuff.
side too.
Yeah, I know this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Greg. So I know that we're here to talk about living will and trust, but it's so important for us to remind our audience too to make sure that we protect each other and our community, and also our healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
Thưa quý vị khán giả, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Greg Johnson về Will and Living Trust, mà phần đây Julie muốn nhấn mạnh với quý vị cái quan trọng để cho mình phải chích ngừa cho COVID, because cái COVID là rất là nguy hiểm. Về lúc mà mình vẫn tiếp tục mà mình đã phải stay vigilant, là vẫn là rửa tay, về xài khẩu trang, đó là quan trọng, không phải là bảo trợ cho mình và cũng gia đình của mình, mà mỗi người làm trong ngành y. Bữa nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Greg nói chia sẻ đó là Greg cũng giúp cho mỗi người mà làm trong ngành y hơn là cái người là giáo viên, để cho có cái discount để cho tới đây. Tại trong cái mùa Covid rất nhiều y tá hay bác sĩ cũng có liên lạc Greg để phải làm cái living trust, tại họ làm trong bệnh viện với cái số Covid họ lên hơi cái nguy hiểm đó, họ không có biết họ thấy là quan trọng để cho bảo trợ về cái tương lai của gia đình của họ. So, again, Greg, thank you so much for, helping our healthcare professionals and our educators to continue to do their part to keep our kids educated and our families healthy. And I think, by you even sharing that, you're even able to give a discount to them, that really touches my heart.
We're all in this together. We are.
Yes.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, but I just want to say thank you for really, being sensitive and being supportive. I think those things are very important.
I care.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. I care about the people. And and that's another reason that I like this community, because I get to feel that.
Yes. So. But like I said, you are definitely a very essential part in our Vietnamese community, in our Little Saigon community, and especially in our healthcare professionals too. And I definitely will be seeking your services. But when someone contacts you, how do they reach out to you? Is it through email, through phone? Can you let the audience know? Okay.
Most people call, and I would say probably most of my initial contacts are from Google.
Okay.
And
so they find you.
They do. They find me, and I've been blessed to have a lot of people write a lot of very nice things, and that's helpful. And then of course, there's word of mouth, which is always helpful. And so people will call, and usually, I will talk for a while, and they will ask questions. They're oftentimes surprised to find that somebody will answer the phone and not just be, a receptionist or a clerical person. And so...
but they get to talk to you directly?
Yeah, I talk to them, of course.
Okay. So what's the phone number that they can reach you, Greg?
714-912-8500.
One more time.
714-912-8500.
Can you say that in Vietnamese?
No, I can't. For 10 years, I have tried to learn Vietnamese, and I can't.
Oh, no. I'm a speech pathologist. I'm going to help you. If you're that motivated, I can help.
I can't make the sounds.
Oh, no.
I can't make the sounds.
I guarantee you I can show you.
You can show me. Huh? Well,
that's a challenge.
All right. Well, we will talk.
Thưa quý vị khán giả, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Greg Johnson. Greg Johnson là một người luật sư giúp cho viết về Living Trust. Đó là rất là quan trọng, because lúc mà mình không còn đây nữa, mình muốn sắp xếp giấy tờ cho con mình. Chừng nào mình không làm cái Living Trust thì nó phải đi qua probate court. Chừng nào cái nhà của mình đại khái đó, chừng nào 800.000 thì họ phải tốn kém, cũng cái tiền luật sư cũng 19.000, rất là cao. Mà chừng nào mình mướn luật sư trước khi mình tới mức đó thì mình có được làm cái living trust, đó là rất là save money để cho mình tiết kiệm cho gia đình, và cho mình để lại cái tài sản cho con mình tốt hơn. Nếu quý vị muốn liên lạc Greg Johnson, số điện thoại một lần nữa là 714-912-8500. Một lần nữa, đây là Little Saigon Living Trust with Greg Johnson, 714-912-8500. Julie rất là hân hạnh có thời gian hôm nay nói chuyện với Greg Johnson. Julie, lý do mời đây là tại Julie muốn hiểu là cái Living Trust, là cái will là cái gì. Tại hiện tại Julie cũng có 2 đứa con, cũng có nhà cửa, mà Julie chưa làm cái Living Trust, so Julie sẽ liên lạc anh Greg Johnson. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã tiếp tục theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức, y khoa, gia đình và xã hội. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói thêm với Greg Johnson.